The U.S. Border Patrol chief warned Tuesday that the country is on track to pass a staggering 1 million migrant encounters for the first half of this year. The crisis at our southern border could get much worse, though, as agents there are bracing for a massive influx if the Biden administration decides to end its COVID policy. Lots to unpack here. Let's get right to it with the executive director at the Center for Immigration Studies, Mark Krikorian. Mark, thanks so much.
Thanks for having me.
Mark, seems like the numbers are pretty staggering here. 1 million migrants in 6 months puts us on track to shatter, it seems, every border crossing apprehension record at the southern border for what, over 60 years or so? I mean, we'll put these numbers in context for us.
Now, these are historically high numbers. What we're talking about maybe the way to kind of look at it in a more digestible sense is that over the past 6 months, the Border Patrol has averaged 5,000 arrests per day on the border, and that Obama's head of Homeland Security, Jay Johnson, who was a Democrat, but he was serious about his job. He said, if you get much above 1,000 arrests a day at the southern border, that starts to get unmanageable. We've been at 5,000 a day for the past 6 months, and the administration has announced that they're going to lift a particular policy. It's in the shorthand, they call it Title 42, which lets Border Patrol just bounce some of those people back with no hearings. Once they get rid of that policy, DHS is actually preparing for a possibility of as many as 18,000 arrests a day, triple what they're dealing with now. And even if it's only double, it's already completely unmanageable. Any increase will essentially erase the border.
I want to ask you more about Title 42 in a second, but I just want to know, Mark, who is, I was down at the border in McAllen, Texas, about 18 months ago, if memory serves, something like that. And it was these family units mostly that were showing up there, women with small children, sometimes adult males with small children. And so that was a big part of the influx. Of the 5,000 arrests a day this year so far that we're seeing, are there a lot of single adult males? I mean, who's coming and how many, and what percentage are being allowed to stay as of now? And we'll get to Title 42 in a moment.
Over the past 6 months, the majority, but not that big a majority, have been single adults. But what that means is you've got a huge share of families and what's called unaccompanied minors, who really aren't unaccompanied. Sometimes they're not even minors, but that's what they call them.
Don't miss American Scandal, Hunter Biden. A new First TV exclusive special hosted by Buck Sexton. Available right now only on the First TV app.